I said this before in one of my videos. Just because someone opposes evil, or they resist evil, or fight against evil, just because they make a stance against evil, doesn't automatically mean that they are aligned with the truth. That doesn't mean that they automatically are aligned with the good. You can have a narcissist that just wants to be left alone, and in town he witnesses domestic violence, and he's disturbed by it, and therefore he acts out against the perpetrator. Now, he went against something that's evil, public domestic violence. Is it because he cared about the victim? Does he care about the long-term well-being of the community? No, he just wants to be left alone. So he has an attitude of relief-seeking, and because it was an evil that disturbed that relief-seeking, he acted out, only to maintain his relief-seeking. There were times he was the one perpetrating domestic violence, and he didn't want anyone to intervene. So just because he went against something that's evil doesn't mean that he's aligned with the good. You get what I'm saying here? Now look, this is how Shill operations work. As said, Shill operations. In a Shill operation, there's an obvious wrong. Let's call this the evil. That's a grip on the population, and people are fed up with this evil. And then you have the Shills that point out this wrong and keep pointing it out. And people get fed up with this pointed out. So now they finally want something to be done against this evil, just because they are fed up with the people pointing out the evil. It's not because they really are against the evil. Maybe they're apathetic against it, but because people keep pointing out there was something to be done about it. And then a leader of the Shills come and they do something about it. And then people are relieved because now they think it's over. But hold on a minute. It's not over because the evil here is smashed away. But in the process, the population that wanted something to be done about it and the Shills were against it, they all were hardened. So sooner or later, a new evil is formed. And then it starts over and over again. That's a Shill operation. And there are many Shill operations out there. So when you encounter a YouTube channel, or maybe a TV, you already know how it is with TV. So I'm not going to use TV as an example. If you encounter a ministry online, or a ministry in general, and they have the goal to fight against some evil, ask yourself the question, do they intend to contribute to the long-term welfare and the long-term well-being of the community? And above all, do they acknowledge Christ? Do they acknowledge that they need Christ as the Prince of Peace? Even if they mention the name of Christ, are they in agreement with him? Ask yourself these questions. Now, there are unbelievers out there that want to do the right thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a recommendable attitude, that you want to do the right thing. But because they don't have Christ, and because their mind has been darkened by the condition of the world, they can't help it then to either become a Shill unaware or to be used by Shills. So it doesn't mean that those people want to do harm, but because they don't have the light in them, they'll either get dragged by dark agents, or they'll turn into dark agents, or into dark puppets, rather, without being aware of it. They may not be aware they've become a dark puppet, but Shills will then use them, or they become a Shill themselves without being aware of it. In any way, if you don't have the light himself in you, it will be very hard to overcome evil, or better, or as a matter of fact, you can't overcome evil if you don't have the light himself in you, who is Christ. So, whenever you encounter an annoyance in the population, ask yourself what's going on. If people are against it, why are they against it? You can be against something that's evil, but that doesn't mean that you're automatically aligned with the good. There was this YouTube video once about this police officer. There was an experiment that was going on. It was not a real thing. There was a man that pretended to hit a small kid. The kid was part of the act, so the kid was fake crying and all of that. It was in public, but the people will perceive it as a real child abuse. And then this officer told the guy, listen, man, this is a public arena. Hold on a minute. So the police officer did not address the man on the fact he was hitting a small, defenseless human being. By the way, it was fake. It was a way to see how the public would react. Most of the people just kept walking. They didn't even stop the man. And this was an act, okay, but let's say it was real. That means that if it was a real situation when a child would be abused in public, people would just walk. deposit. They would allow it to happen. They would enable it. And the police officer said it's a public space. Hold on a minute. So you're only against the manifestation because it hinders the public relief. So you don't care at all about the kids. So if it was in private, you would be okay with it. Okay, so if there's an evil going on and people are against it, why are they against it? Thirdly, are they willing to submit unto Christ and his lead? Because there are times Christ will lead you differently than you want to be led. Are they humble enough to receive the guidance of the Holy Spirit? Check all of those. And if on multiple points there's a no to these answers, then you're probably dealing with a shill operation. Straight up. And shill operation are meant to distract you and eventually to kill you. For example, there are many people against social media. Social media is just a media. It's a method. It's a tool. It depends how you use, how you relate to the tool. Now, many people can't relate well to that tool. Now, ask yourself, why can't they relate well to that tool? Now, instead of going deeper, going to the root, they blame the tool. And now, by not being involved with the tool, they think they're doing the right thing. This form of relief seeking. While the majority of the population that has become, maybe not the majority in the absolute sense, but the majority where you live, maybe in your town, where that have been involved with that tool and have become addicted to it and affected by it, they're still walking around. What are you doing to benefit and help those people in the long term? So you cut off social media just to feel good about yourself, that you're real, is relief seeking, but you don't contribute to the long-term well-being of your community? Sorry, but that's narcissistic in itself. As I'm telling you, look at the bigger picture. Don't just look at the surface. Well, I need to go now. Agree with Christ and be at peace.